Yeah, dog. Thomas G here. Welcome to Wreck to Riches. Don't forget to smash the like button, drop a comment, and always remember I'm not a financial advisor. For damn sure not a professional. This is cryptocurrency. You could get wrecked. Got to do your own research. Remember that. And never, ever allow an influencer on any social media platform out there to influence you when it comes to cryptocurrency. Speaking of that, don't forget to follow me on X. I will have my X account pinned in the comments, and there'll be a link in the description. If you're interested in joining the Telegram group, you can buy me a coffee, $20 to get in. Now let's get into today's video. All right. Binance founder, Changpeng Zhao, CZ. I don't even say his name right. CZ. According to the DOJ, they say that he should spend 3 years in prison. That's 36 months. All right. So he pled guilty. That was over a year ago. So you got to think, with all the accusations that were being said about CZ for several years up until this point, money laundering, human trafficking, there's so many different things that were just horrific crimes, and it all stems down to, well, your violation and the federal laws that you broke were money laundering laws, right? So they want to stick him for that. He pled guilty to that. So that obviously says that CZ has such a large amount of evidence against him. His lawyers are like, hey, man, plead guilty. Don't fight it. Let it happen. Relax. Don't fight it. There's too much to say, too much evidence here to show that this is a true thing. If you want to comply, we can get you a 3-year sentence. So that looks like the music he's facing, and he's okay with that. I mean, he's going to spend 36 months in prison. Who knows? Maybe with good behavior, he'll get out a little early. I don't know if that's the stipulation. You never know. But 36 months to come out on top, probably worth billions of dollars, is a good deal to me, because he's only going to have to pay a fine of $50 million. And you got to think, for a man that's accused of money laundering for the Binance exchange, at the amount of money he was dealing with in cryptocurrency, $50 million is probably a bad week for him. Could even be a bad day, making tons of money. So $50 million, 36 months in the pen, that's a slap on the wrist. I think CZ is probably happy. Look at SBF. He definitely is feeling like, man, I this is what I want, and this is what the DOJ is asking for. So that's really good for him. If you're comparing, SBF and the book being delivered and thrown at him, CZ, you couldn't have asked for any better scenario, considering everything that was being accused of and what finally came to fruition as far as, hey, man, we're going to charge you for this. You want to fight it? You want to plead guilty? Plead guilty. $50 million. That's nothing. I can make that in New York Minute. Come out a billionaire, and life will go on. But what has that done to the price of BNB? Not much. Not much. I mean, listen, if you're looking at where it's peaked up here, Wednesday, April 24th, $617. It's only down to $599. CZ going to prison is not going to do anything to the price of BNB. It's obviously one of those things where, when the scare tactics and the news was breaking out, way back when, a year back, where people were like, CZ's going down, CZ's going to prison, the market reacted, right? The fear, uncertainty, and doubt, the stability and the volatility of the actual cryptocurrency asset itself, BNB token, was showing signs of like, man, is this going back down to $30? That's how much fear. But then people got over it. They realized that DeFi, right? The power of DeFi, which is decentralized finance, versus CeFi, centralized finance, is a powerful stance, not only in the crypto space, but in the world as a whole. And BNB token represents DeFi when it comes to the Binance Smart Chain network. So this is always going to have a life of its own, and it's going to expand to much larger numbers, users, and benefits for human beings out there today that are looking at trying to pursue financial freedom. If people find out that they could pursue financial freedom and there's a chance for them to invest in cryptocurrencies that exist today, for them to get out of that, the rat race, the hamster wheel, whatever you want to call it, and the pursuit of happiness is potentially here where you can earn numbers you never imagined, and DeFi is where it's at. I think Binance Exchange has been a perfect onboarding tool on a worldwide scale to bring them onto the Binance Smart Chain network. Whereas if they come into Ethereum, you're paying some high gas fees. The price of Ethereum is ridiculous. Like these prices at $600 are really low at this point. And a full bull market, parabolic bull market that I believe we're on the verge of happening, the effects of this token having strength during a time where the founder of the Binance Exchange is going to go do some time in the pinta, being at $600, truly shows that it could be where Ethereum is at this point in price. Ethereum's at $3,000. I do think that Binance and it's being beat, the Binance Smart Chain users are going to grow. The token's going to go up in price probably, I would say 3 to 5x. I'm not a professional, not giving financial advice, but it's reasonable to think that this could be, an $1,800 token, a $3,000 token. And Ethereum could potentially be a $12,000 to $15,000 token at the top of the next bull run. So these prices that I'm looking at today, I'm looking at it and going, hey man, I was in BNB when it was $30, $50. I started buying a lot of this token. And I started utilizing the smart chain, Binance Smart Chain, and yielding on PancakeSwap early and doing all the DeFi projects that were coming out early. They're still around today. And I made a lot of money doing it. But from $30 to where we're at today, we're 20x, since that entry for me. And that's only in a few years' time. So you got to imagine what could possibly happen here. And the strength and power of DeFi, which, by the way, was the whole reason why we have the big DeFi ecosystem and smart contracts that exist and everything that's built on top of Ethereum is because this token here, Ethereum, this $3,100 token right here. And Vitalik seems to be playing by the rules. No one ever has anything bad to say about Vitalik. Vitalik could sell as much Ethereum as he possibly wants. Doesn't get threats. Doesn't get caught up with the DOJ and accusations or anything like that. He's just left alone. He must be a big player donor of some sort, good benevolent whale to the governments of the world, where they just leave Vitalik alone. Ethereum might be a security, but you don't hear the type of things you hear about the SBFs and the CZs out there of today and the Richard Harts. You don't see anything like that when it comes to Vitalik. He can sell 10,000 Ethereum today and no one's going to talk about it. It's okay, that's cool. Took some profits. The Ethereum Foundation, the Ethereum Enterprise Foundation took profits too. It's all good. Whatever. Cool. You wonder why that is. He must be playing by the rules, but $3,100 token for what it's brought to cryptocurrency, DeFi, smart contracts, the ability to utilize crypto like we do today is all because of Ethereum. And everything is built on top and around it, forked it, you name it. It has done way more for mankind than Bitcoin. Well, then I could say Bitcoin is the introduction of blockchain and this and that. It was meant to be peer-to-peer money. Satoshi didn't make this to sit here and be a store of value. That wasn't what the white paper was representing and delivering, in my honest opinion. It was so that you and I can trade money hand to hand, peer to peer. But a lot of things took place that make that difficult. Fees, how slow it is. It just, there's not enough of it to be transacted amongst all of us in the world today. It's not enough Bitcoin, right? People don't understand is they can own fragments of a Bitcoin. They don't understand they can even own fragments and piece of Ethereum. But I'm sure that's something that as people transition into the digital currency age, they're going to teach this stuff in school. I hope in the next 10 years, blockchain technology, it's going to evolve at a rapid pace. And all because of, Bitcoin and blockchain. Then Ethereum blockchain, smart contracts, all that stuff. So we're early, people. We're early. And we're right at the beginning of, I think, a parabolic bull market. It should be here soon. But there's going to be some massive volatility. If you look, since the halving, which happened on the 19th of April, it was just pumped. And it was excitement. And then it dumped. It dumped. It really did. It dumped. It dumped rather hard. Look at that. Dang. Just boom, that Friday. Oh, look at this volatility. Volatility, Richard Hart says it the best. Volatility is the price you pay for mad gains for the world's most appreciated assets. Cryptocurrency, absolutely, I think it's where it's at. But volatility is the price you pay for mad gains. And if you're willing to stomach through the ups and downs, I mean, what could I say? Over time, great things happen. Great things happen over time in the stock market as well. And regardless of the CZ sentencing, I just really think, and look at it, talks about he originally was facing up to 18 months. So they're giving him a little bit more time. That's a 2x more on the time that they're seeking out for this guy. But with the $50 million fine, he's going to be all right. He's going to be all right. And so was Binance BNB token, which when they first talked about indicting him and all that stuff, I was like, it's over. I was feeling it. But DeFi and smart contracts and blockchains and everything can take a life of its own without a centralized entity or human being. We're using it already. It's not like CZ has his hands on the Binance Smart Chain every day, 24/7, monitoring it and pulling strings. It operates on its own. That's how it was designed, just like Ethereum, which it's built on top. It's built on top of it. So the layer ones and the layer twos of this bull run are going to do very good. Even going to Pulse Chain. Listen, Pulse Chain has become a leverage play on Ethereum. Ethereum does very well in the bull market, so will Pulse, especially since the founders spent tons, like a large percentage of the sacrifice funds on buying Ethereum at about $3,700. So that purchase is pretty wrecked at this point. So it's a pretty big deal when the price of Ethereum goes down for the Pulse Chain ecosystem, because people know, like, all right, if Richard's able to 2x or 3x that entry at $3,700 with the amount he bought, it was like 150,000 plus Ethereum, might be above 170. I'm not quite sure. You would imagine with the amount of money he's already thrown into the ecosystem with, investors sacrifice money, he doubles up his Ethereum, triples it up. He's bringing it to the Pulse Chain network. What's he going to do with it? Buy tokens, provide liquidity. There's a lot of stuff he can do. Pulse Chain is a huge leverage play on Ethereum's success. Right? It's a fork of it with some twists and turns and some little adjustments. So just wanted to cover, the BNB news, look at the prices. CZ, we'll see you. We'll probably be seeing your sentencing be official, soon here this year, sometime this year. 3 years, 50 mil. Man, you lucked out, bro. But everything's going to be fine. By the time he comes back out, we'll be probably towards the, end of the middle of the next bear market, He'll come out with plenty of fun. So don't forget to smash the like button, drop a comment. Until next time, we'll do it again. Yeah, dog.